Welcome to our Go-eCommerce Pocket Talk Series Part 2, Series 2. A month ago, we have Series 1 together with Expert. We have a good 30 plus company who sign up for the Expert promotion during that day. Celia said she got 2 slots. She got 2 spots. She grabbed 2 spots to sign up. So for her brands, because she got 2 brands, she got Kate and Bell, and she got Baby Organic. So thank you for offering her space here for me to host. I can't do it in my house. My son is having tuition right now, so I cannot be as loud as him. He has to be louder than me. Okay. So this afternoon is a special program. It has nothing to do with e-commerce. Going for Go-eCommerce Pocket Talk series. So it's more about how do you leverage a platform for everyone here, regardless of gender, your race, and all, for you all to use it as a global network platform by Dell Technologies. Most of you know Dell. If you don't use Dell, that means you're using other brand when it comes to laptop or your computer peripherals. So we were approached by Dell Technologies. Ewen and Anna came to me, both ladies. They came to me. Well, I invite men to come and approach me lah if they want to lah, okay? Yeah. So they approached me and they said, Carol, do you know that there is a global network that businesses can use? So I went inside and they demo a little bit, and you can see US chapter, you can see other countries chapter. There were Texas, Massachusetts, Philadelphia. So a lot of us who are not able to travel, online platform is the only way for us to get connected. And who knows, your business is what people may want to look for. Maybe they want to OEM and look for you, or perhaps if you need help to network at that chapter, you can reach out to them that, hey, I need help when it comes to FDA. Do you have anybody who can help me? So yes, so you would definitely need it. So it's a very good platform for you all to network. It's like a forum. So later, the ladies here, I have Ewen. Ewen is Senior Director from Dell Technology Services. So I don't want, you already read the profile, and we have Dephy. Dephy is the CEO from Paddy Connections. So they will come here and promote and educate us why this is a very different platform and how you can leverage on this and do this network. Okay. Thank you again for coming. This coming series 2. We can't have it every 2 weeks. Last week, my team and I, we were very, very busy managing 50 over proposals for the Belanja 2021. So majority of us are hooked on the laptop, reading all the proposals, plotting everybody. So it was kind of tough for even me to do Pocket Talk series while doing that. So hopefully the next Pocket Talk series 3, just let me know what you all want and then we'll do it. So I'm going to unpin myself and invite Ewen to come in first. Ewen, please turn on your video right now, and she will be telling you what is this platform. Introduce to everybody first. It will be a short session this today. If you want to chat, but before we start, Ewen asked me there's a poll that I need to launch. Yes, let me launch. Only one question only.
Yep, we would like to hear from you first.
Yeah, very simple. Okay, remove my pin. So I'm putting Ewen on the spotlight right now. Ewen, the floor is yours. You may present and begin your videos and all this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Carol. Right, so before I get started, I'd like to share with you a video on the DWEN, or the Dell Women's Entrepreneurs Network 10th anniversary. So let me first do this, and then we will get going. Yeah. Right.
Dell stepping up and really addressing the needs of women and entrepreneurship around the world.
I don't think anyone thought that it would start with just an idea and now with this amazing community of successful women.
Female entrepreneurialism is where it's at these days.
When nobody else was looking, Dell was the one who said, you know, we get it and we want to be part of it. So Dell started rolling up its sleeves early on and investing in us.
Dell is so honored and so humbled to be part of creating the future with these women.
I believe entrepreneurship is key to solving challenges that the world faces, and we need innovators, disruptors coming in, creating jobs and creating social impact.
Women are the first to always recognize a need, whether it's in their household, whether it's in their community, because they engage. And so they're often the ones who also innovate to meet that need.
Women-led startups have better profitability, better return on investment, better capital efficiency, and we can invest at better prices.
We've asked the investors to really connect with the women, to understand their challenges, to help the women how to pitch their business, ask for money, how to overcome bias, how to maybe become an investor themselves and support other women entrepreneurs.
For women leaders, it's important to figure out how to access capital, and network is a great element.
It's also kind of accelerated a crash course in recent updates in technology, how we can leverage that in our businesses. And then whenever we have a question, we can follow up, with the Dell experts.
You can't help but feel really inspired by the power of the women in the firm.
We want to see these women continue to work together, do deals, real business with us and with each other.
With these amazing women and with Dell as their partner, we can do incredible things.
Okay, so welcome everybody. First thing first, I'd like to give a quick introduction about myself. I'm from Dell Technologies, based out in Cyberjaya, KL, and I would say that I do have a day job, right? As an employee of Dell, I run a team of enterprise solutioning covering the Asia Pacific and Japan regions. And as part of our CSR, I'm also leading the Women in Actions group, as well as a Dell advocate for the DWEN, right, network itself. I think I have one of my colleagues here, Anna, right? She is also the lead for the Women in Actions within Dell, and also the DWEN is together. So first thing first, I would like to thank Carol. Carol has been a great business partner to us, and she has been advocating for technologies in terms of the entrepreneurships, and also in terms of the women power, all right, or the girl power, so to speak. So we are really thrilled to be part of the MDEC Go-eCommerce Pocket Talk series to share with you about the DWEN, or the Dell's Women's Entrepreneurs Network, right, itself. Okay, so just like Carol mentioned, is that I hope that many of you have heard about Dell. If you have not heard about Dell, a quick summary is that we are a technology providers. We provide everything from the PCs and laptops to the consumers, to schools, and all the way to the large data solutions to our corporate customers. So our chairman and also CEO, Michael Dell, he started off as an entrepreneur himself too. So he started assembling and selling PCs from his garage, right, since the very day one. And in 1996, that's where we started to sell PCs over the web. And that's what I would say that is the first, all right? That's the beginning of the e-commerce in the IT industry. So fast forward to today, right? We are one of the largest technology company, right? And for Michael himself, because his background as an entrepreneur, he definitely has a lot of passions and also the advocates for those who also want to start off on their own. Hence, the DWEN, right, or the DWEN network was established. So why do we support women entrepreneurs, right? Since the title itself is really Women's Entrepreneur Network. To us is that we do believe that both technology and data, if you combine together with the human spirits, I think everything we do, we got to have that spirits, that passions in there. That will always drive the positive forces, right, in the world. So we believe in investing in women is not only a winning strategy for us, but it also positively impacts to the global company or the global economy itself. So I would like to share with you is that within Dell, right, we do have a moonshot goal. That is, we want to have at least 50% of our workforce to be made of women. And we also strive to have 40% of leadership positions to be held by women as well. So as a female leaders within my companies, I'm always very proud of these visions. So DWEN is really an extensions, right, of our inclusiveness into the outside world, bringing in together all the entrepreneurs and the business owners, right, especially for women who are starting out to come together to be able to learn from each other and also to be able to network, all right, and share stories together there. So that was the birth of the DWEN, right? That is more than 10 years ago. The one that you saw previously, the video that you saw, it was in 2019, right? So that's why everybody still gets to congregate, gets to meet in person. So I really miss that, right? I'm hoping those events will be able to come back soon. Okay, so what's our mission? Our mission is really that we want to advance women-owned businesses through connections, through inspirations, and also to continue to transform through technologies itself. Because we do know that as an entrepreneur, right, one of the important things to get started is that we want to have as big as possible in terms of your outreach, whether it's locally and then moving into regionally or even globally, and having that platform, right, to enable us to do networking, enable us to connect through social medias, that is really critical. And I'm sure that many of you who are entrepreneurs or business owners yourself, right, we do know that you came a long way, you have your success stories, you have your journeys, and those will be the inspiring stories that we will like all the entrepreneurs, be it men or women, to be able to share to everybody and then for the rest to learn as well. So last but not least, right, in order for us to keep growing, technology is really important. So therefore, we do provide like tech talks, exclusive live masterclasses, and a lot of resources in the library that is shared to all the community within the DWEN platform itself. Okay. Right. So what do our members say about DWEN? They see it is that it's not just about promoting gender equality. It's also one way, especially for the female leaders, right? It's empowering for them. And it helps the community to understand each other challenges and to learn and to thrive together. So to date, we have more than 77,000 members worldwide. We had tremendous growth last year since we launched the Dell.com platform itself. And the network, right, or the memberships comes from more than 150 countries. We have many regional chapters. We have special interest groups, and we also integrate to all the social media platforms like Instagram and also Twitter. So DWEN Malaysia Chapter was established last year in 2020. And we are thrilled to have Dephy Oon, who is an accomplished entrepreneur herself, right, coming as our chapter lead, right, for the Malaysia chapter lead, because she brings together with a lot of insights and a lot of experience in terms of what the entrepreneur thinks, right? What are the focus area, what is important, and therefore the activities that we build for the Malaysia chapters is very relevant, right, to what is needed today and to the community. Okay, so here are some of the initiatives. It's not limited to this, but I can tell you that globally within the DWEN platform, we look into tech funding, right? There was a tech funding contest that was open for a few countries like the US, UK, Germany, India, Brazil, and also Australia, so that the winner, right, will be able to get a 60,000 US dollars of funding from a technology enablement perspective. So for other countries, right, we also provide a lot of resources about funding. I haven't get to see the poll, right? If funding is one of the key focus that you all have, then you will be able to get a lot of resources, right, through this platform itself. Um, and I'm sure many of you heard about TED Talks, right? We have seen it on YouTube and so on. So in DWEN, we also have a very close partnership with them. We license exclusive contents that is relevant for business owners, for female leaders, and all those, right? So that we can share all the learnings and all the experience from the TED speaker itself. For Dell, right? Of course, we are a technology company. We do best what we do, right? That is technology. So we see that as somebody who is starting out or somebody is looking to grow their business, technical or technology is really important. So we also open up what we call as a Dell Tech Advisor to some of our key partners, together with some of our key partners as well, like Microsoft and so on, so that if you have any technology questions or you like to bring up for discussions and so on, there is a way for you to post this and somebody from Dell will be able to come, right, to talk to you. Likewise, myself or any one of my colleagues here in Dell Malaysia, we are more than happy, right, to help and support any questions or any assistance that you need, especially on the technology side of it. Last but not the least, gamifications. This is some of the fun stuff that we do to encourage referrals, encourage engagements, and also a marketplace, right, within the DWEN platform itself. Okay, so so what I like to do is that seeing is believing. So I'm going to go to the live DWEN portal. So the website is very simple. It's just DWEN.com. You can go in there, and we would highly encourage that you join as a member and go to the Malaysia chapter group and join in as part of the Malaysia community as well. So you get to see more local activities that we have that we developed for the community in Malaysia. Okay, so let me do this. I will go to, all right. So this is the DWEN portal, right, as I mentioned. This is the page, it's not the home page, but I went straight into the joining page, right, whereby if you're a new member, you can go click on join and you can join, put in all your informations to be able to help you to connect, inspire, and also to transform. Okay, oh, sorry, this is the homepage itself. And there are a lot of activities that I mentioned earlier. For example, any new activities, be it both local or globally, it will come in and fit into this page itself. There are forums on specific discussion groups, which I've just clicked on it, right? Just wait for it to refresh a little bit. So there are various discussion groups that you can go in and look for, right? Those topics of your interest. For example, there's topics about COVID-19, and there's also topics about funding, marketing, and all. So join into the discussions, hear it from your peers, not just locally, and do that globally as well. Oh, one thing I've forgotten to mention, which is very important. The DWEN portal is 100% completely free, right? Anybody could join as a member, and although it is with the title of Women's Entrepreneur Network, we do not discriminate. So both men and women, right, are able to come in and join this portal as a member and participate in all these activities here as well. Yeah, 100% free, no commitment really. So it was something that Dell wanted to create to enable the platforms for a lot of entrepreneurs and also business owners to come together to build that community. Okay. Now, on the chapters, as I mentioned, right, about the Malaysia chapters, and Carol also mentioned about how do we network globally, especially in times whereby we are unable to travel. So this is a perfect platform to do that because a chapter is basically a group of community people within a community of a specific locations or a specific interest itself. So take for example, these are all the chapters that has been created. You have like everything from India to the Caribbean islands to various locations in the US or perhaps if you want to look into special groups in there, you can go in and join them as well. So take for example, if I'm an entrepreneur, I would like to extend my marketplace to say New York. I can join, just go in, join this group. I get to mingle with the entrepreneurs around that area. And if I have any questions, everybody is always very friendly in all these chapters. So if you have questions about, I like to inquire about how to connect to the FDA, how to connect to certain local governing processes, right? There are many people who's going to be able to help you and extend, right, the outreach for you as well. So Malaysia, we have our own chapter as well. Here we are, right? That is led by Dephy and the team here. So remember to join, right, as a chapter. And when you go in, you get to see a lot of activities that's being published. And also we'll be inviting you to a lot of events and also networking too. I'll let Dephy to get more to that, right, during her session there. Okay. So that's on the chapter or the special interest group. Other than that, we talk about Dell Advisor, where you can post your questions, you can create a discussions with some of the Dell tech people. Some other interesting stuff will be like there's big library of a lot of materials that you can learn and you can share as well. So take for example, even though I am not an entrepreneur or business owner myself, I find this very useful even as a employee, because a lot of these topics are very relevant, especially for leaders, be it female or male leaders itself. We talk about leadership, we talk about relationship at work, we talk about how do you raise money, how do you prepare your business cases, and you get to learn a lot of these stuffs, right, from this from this library too. And last but not least, and I mentioned about the marketplace, right? As a business owner, you want to put your business, your company out there to the global platform as much as possible. And this is a very good place whereby you could introduce your company, right, by submitting a service and tell other people, right, what do you do, what products you have, what services you have, right? Let me go to the big one. Yeah, that's right. So these are some of the companies that has been posted here. And even as a business owner, if you like to reach out to certain companies of a similar business so that you can collaborate or partner together, this is also a very good platform, right, to go look out for them as well. So lots of activities, right? Lots of content in there. That's why we want to spread this platform to as many people as possible. We see that Malaysia is one country that has a lot of creativity and entrepreneurial spirits in there. So therefore, we do see that it's going to be a very good platform for everybody to leverage on. So with that said, right, I'd like to pass it to Dephy, who is the DWEN Malaysia Chapter lead, to share with you about her journey, the stories, and also how she leveraged this platform as part and parcel of her business too. Okay, Carol, first back to you.
Thank you. Let me unpin you there. Okay, thank you. That was amazing. I was doing screenshots of the DWEN. I never even go to the marketplace yet. Thank you, Ewan, for the intro just now. So I would like to invite Dephy. Dephy has been championing this since the birth of DWEN Malaysia Chapter. So I will put the floor now to her at a pin. Okay, Dephy, the floor is yours. Thank you for doing this, Dephy. Okay, you can go on, Dephy.
Am I up? Okay. Yeah, I want to say, thank you to yourself, Carol, and MDEC, for featuring the partnership between DWEN and Dell. Thanks, Ewan, for bringing in DWEN in this, in this meeting. So I don't have slides. And I thought I would take, a few minutes to talk people through some of the interesting things that we have done in order to alleviate, or shall I say, elevate the level of women entrepreneurship in Malaysia. So I'm CEO of Paddy Connections. I spent a lot of time in technology, but today, at the present time, in the last decade or so, I have moved out, and now primarily I work with people who are transitioning in their lives, right? They might be transitioning in relationships. They might be transitioning, careers. They might be transitioning positions within, an organization. Anything that involves transitioning. So what does transitioning mean? Basically, it's a change that requires adaptation. So one of the pieces of things that I do is a lot of social study, behavioral social study. And my focus in transitioning is always related to money or career or progression. So, the Dell Women Entrepreneurs Network, the word women there is a little tricky, because we've worked with guys, and as Ewen said, there are guys on the platform, but these are very, very brave guys, I tell you, because they are okay to be in a room full of women, because they know they are the rose, and everybody else is probably the thorn. But we have a very good mix. We've run events for the community starting October, November last year. And we've run different types of events, 3 different types to be precise. The first one was really business spotlighting, getting under the sheets and talking to founders and knowing stuff that is not published on their public dissemination content. So really getting to know what makes them tick, what was hard, what did they do in the beginning of 2020, how they got over it, and the kind of mental stress that it took on them. So those were business spotlight sessions that we ran. We ran once every month. And then in between, we did speed networking. And networking is a huge element of business. It is a huge element of business. Without knowing how people behave, without knowing how people think, it becomes quite hard to know how to position yourselves in a way that makes good sense to them. Yeah, whether you're selling a product or a service. And the third type of event that we ran in between these networking and spotlights, the third type of event, which we just started actually in April, is learning events. So learning here focuses on those things that I think typically get missed out in typical entrepreneur platforms. So things like LinkedIn, right? If you had a professional resume on LinkedIn, what are the little things, the little details that's going to make a difference to your profile, the leveling of your profile, the searchability of your, so learning sessions, we've done LinkedIn. We did it for three sessions across a period of about 6 weeks. We got a LinkedIn, someone who was working with LinkedIn Hong Kong to present and tell us the inner secrets of LinkedIn. So again, all activities under the Dell Women Entrepreneurs Group together with Paddy Connections. Some of the resources are just hosted under Paddy. All of the events and activities are free. So now let's just come back a little bit, like I was saying, wow, and Ewen had this big question for me to answer in the sessions, like, why did I get into DWEN? Like, what am I aiming to do? I think, like I said, I'm a big advocate of social behavioral studies, especially at a point in humanity when behaviors are changing. And they're changing rapidly. Technology, first and foremost, how people behave prior to technology, how they think, what their habits are, what they do, how they face or don't face situations is different to the time when we have technology going upwards. And in between that, with every event that has a social or new social media or a new heavy technological impact, be it cars, be it flying cars, or anything that has a significant point of advancement in humanity, you'll find that social behavioral changes will occur. And my personal view on that is, without knowing some of these social behavioral changes, we become a little bit further and further away. We go further and further away from where the core of activities are. Especially if you're in business, it becomes very tricky. So let me just shift my conversation back to the Dell Women Entrepreneurs Network. And let me tell you a few stories about some of the people we've had on the Women Entrepreneur, on the DWEN activities. In November, December, we started our first events in November, and we did business spotlight sessions. And in these 6 months or so, we've had about 15 to 18 different types of meetings. Each meeting we have about 20, there was an event that hit about 40 people. And then on average, we have 15 or so-ish kind of numbers. And we have a mix, the Malaysians, as well as, people from other countries. So we've had Forbes 30, under 30, and these are all tech spotlights, most of them. Forbes 30, under 30, up and coming, global list, year 2020. We spotlight her in December. She has already received funding for her product, up to the tune of, I think, 15 million and things like that. I can't remember, 50 million US dollars or things like that. It's already currently, a product that's well received. We've also had the Asia Forbes 30 under 30 Asia list in January. Along the space, we've had comedians. We've had, a variety of people, guys and girls, who come onto the platform to talk about those little things that might make a difference to each and every one of us, or some of us as entrepreneurs. So those were the spotlight sessions. Going forward, we're experimenting with a few other different types of events. And what are we trying to achieve? I think that's the second question, right, Ewen? What are we trying to achieve? The spectrum of entrepreneurship is very, very wide. Aside from the fact that some people are selling things and some people are selling services, aside from that, the spectrum comprises of people who are just starting out as entrepreneurs and people who have made multi-millions of dollars entrepreneurs, and some are even second generation entrepreneurs. So what I think the goal here would be for the Malaysia chapter is to create a safe space for people to collaborate. One of the things that I feel is missing is collaboration. There's a great sense of fear, especially since 2020 into 2021. It's a great sense of fear. That's the shifting behaviors. And I think, greater collaboration would be some of the things that, for me, I think the DWEN Malaysia chapter would be about achieving. The second thing is, of course, increasing membership. Why is increasing membership important? Because the more people participate in these conversations, the higher the possibility of increasing your results. Let me talk about results for a moment. The GDP of Malaysia is some X figure. 60% of GDP of Malaysia is SMEs. And the women contribution to the SME is less than 5%. So there's the 100% GDP, about the rest are PLCs, right? So about 50-60%-ish is these are the numbers that I took from reading some of our stats. I think I've got it right. I know some of you are very good at numbers here. About 60%-ish is SMEs. And if you take this proportion and say how much of that is actually women-owned, women-owned means 50% and above shareholdings in a company, well, that's less than 5%. So when we talk about women entrepreneurship, I think there's a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of space to grow. So yeah, why DWEN, right? For me, why DWEN? Well, I think the world has become a very small place, right? The world has become a very small place. And one of the first things that need to happen in building a business outside of the country is establishing relationships. So that's basically why you would want to be a part of DWEN, right? Or at least get into some of the activities. It's free. The platform is free. Activities are free. So let me talk about some of the very exciting things happening at the global level, which means it is extended to all countries. I think one of the big ones is the fact that DWEN has already partnered with TEDx, or is it TED? So they're running TED salons with DWEN. So for those of you who are interested in where your business is hinged on your excellence or your your being known in the arena of profiling, self-profiling, then we're about to kind of get our activities together here in Malaysia to kind of get that to a level of a startup, kind of get that going, get that set of activities going. The other side of things that's happening in DWEN is also the fact that, they're encouraging Dell, being the parent company of DWEN, as an activity. They're helping countries, people, businesses, and they're funding them. $60,000 isn't a small bit, right? So they had, and I saw it, they ran it this year for some countries, US is one of them. I believe they'll be rolling it out, this program, to other countries. And all that, that is required is for you to primarily be a part of the DWEN community. There's some other little criteria, but, just to be a part of the DWEN community. And you stand a chance, not that you will, you stand a chance, at being a part of a recipient. I think $60,000 is a fair bit, $250,000 ringgit, not bad. In Dell products, yeah, it's not cash funding, but it's Dell products. And just, I think these are some of the really exciting things. So myself as chapter lead, what do? I've got two other chapter leads, and we're building a small little informal structure in order that we can do better activities going across to, as we try to structure a little bit better for the range of the spectrum of entrepreneurs that we have. So yeah, I mean, going forward, I think the rest of the year is going to be exciting as we change and move into a slightly different momentum, given that vaccines are being rolled out all over the world. So I think the activities are also going to take a slightly different tone, and the focus is going to be slightly different. We have run all activities virtually. So yeah, normally we get 3 to 4 different countries coming through at each of our meetings. Our next networking is tonight, by the way. It's 8 p.m. to 11. You can find that on my LinkedIn, or even I think on the DWEN chapter. If you guys are already logged in, you'll find the announcement there. So join us if you can. It's designed from 8 to 11 to include international participation. Okay, so yeah, at this point, I'm just going to open the floor for questions and answer, questions, or perhaps you've got some answers that you want to share with us, or some thoughts or some feedback. So I'm open to that.
Thank you, Dephy. That was good. So let me remove everybody and go for the gallery. So I have one question. The event tonight, Dephy, if you don't mind, or Ewen, can you put that link into the chat room?
Yeah, I just posted that onto the chat
thank you.
group.
Yeah, I saw it now.
Yes.
Yay. Thank you.
Okay.
Any questions from the ladies or gents who are in the meeting? Still, we have 20 plus of you still sticking strong with us in this short presentation of how the global networking will benefit. From what I'm seeing now, the first time when Ewen and Anna showcase to me as an MDEC personnel, I was like, how do I position this into a Go-eCommerce pocket talk? Because it's not a sexy topic. It's nothing to go for e-commerce. But like what Dephy is saying, networking is very important. Everybody knows, she knows, we know that networking is so important, getting to know the right people. So when we were seeing the B2B marketplace just now, even you were showing that, we were like whispering, "Wow, Amuta should be here." Amuta is one of our champion women in exporting a lot of variety of products to Micronesia countries. So we have Celia here who does a lot of OEM for sanitizers like this. These are all 100% chemical free because she got kids that's very sensitive skin and all this. So she can always go to now she said she wants to find a Brazilian chapter. If there is, she wants to go and source for what clay?
I wanted natural resources. So just now as I was joining Carol to poke my nose inside to see and kaypoh, then I said, hey, then I should go and check out the Amazonian suppliers in the platform, because I'm looking for Mexican clay. One of the biggest.
You looking for what?
Clay for our face. I don't like. I like to leave toxic free. I have very sensitive skin, especially with the outbreak. I don't allow a lot of people to visit my office except for her.
Wow.
Because of I'm very super. I have hypersensitive skin.
Yeah.
So even my sanitizer, I cannot use any chemical or alcohol based. So I was searching for the raw material over the past few years, and we managed to get something which is extracted from orange. So bioflavonoids, tested in Australia and US on viruses and all that with clinical report. So my report came in this year to be effective on coronavirus. So I'm always 13 years in the advocating field of going back to nature. So whatever I want to put on my skin, I want to make sure that it's actually from a natural resources. And recently, our local university, like the UITM, I did a charity with them during the last breakout where the students were stranded and they were out of supplies. So I gave them the mask and the sanitizer and all that, and the tissue, the wet wipes. So we signed an MOU because in our staff, apparently we have agricultural land that the university wanted. They have the plot of land. So they wanted to know how they can commercialize, and in fact, essential oil. Carol and I are into essential oil. So we are thinking, hey, then can we, the professor tell me, don't worry, we can do essential oil in Malaysia. Then I'm like, okay, great. Then I'll just ship in whatever natural resources because freight cost is too expensive. So I need to find a way. So it's always good to support local.
Good that there's no questions, people.
Can I chip in for a bit there? Can I just use your requirement for clay and break that down into a bit of an example of how you would use DWEN.com? Would you guys want to know?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're here in Malaysia and you're looking for clay from Brazil. Okay, obviously you have decided that it's clay from Brazil, and instinctively entrepreneurs would go either straight to Google, look, but then they'll have some doubts because they don't know them. So then now today we're talking DWEN.com. So then the assumption is going to be, oh, I go to DWEN, I join the Brazil chapter, I should be able to get someone there. Okay, so I want to break this down into reality steps. Okay. Yes, you will join DWEN.com. That's the easy part. Go to the Brazil chapter. That's the easy part. They might be speaking the different language though. That's the hard part. And so that's one problem that you're going to face. Right? It's going to happen anywhere. And the second thing is you're probably going to meet people who are not the right people, but you're going to meet people anyway. And the question is, I think here's why DWEN, and here's why I encourage building relationships. You would work with those people for them to refer someone they know. So it's quite different from going to Google and say, oh yeah, here's a guy, let me just send him some money, because you really don't know websites these days. You've got to figure out whether they're real or not. In Malaysia, very easy. Go to SSM, you know whether they're a registered company or not. Ask for a bank account, they don't have one, likely, it's questionable. But when it's international, then it's a slightly different ball game. So this would be how you might want to consider building relationships, and then subsequently coming into a space of finding the right people. So what I'm trying to point out is that most of the time we just want to get to the thing and get the job done. That's a very Asian culture. You want to get there, get the job done. Answer my 10 questions. Oh, cannot answer. Okay, you're not it. You know. So we want to try to break that into a couple of steps, and then try to build some space around that. Yeah. I hope that was useful. Just to contrast the difference between Google and how you would use DWEN.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank you, Dephy.
Actually,
Right.
I built my Taiwan business through networking.
There you go.
Yeah, it's actually exactly what you have told us. I don't even know the buyer that I'm developing, but it's actually through a friend, and the friend also through many friends that they trade in China, and then after they know each other for a couple of years, then this guy say that, hey, I need something that is real good and effective and natural and organic. So my friend thought of me. He is not even in my industry. He's selling car seat and stroller. Then he's like, wait, I have someone in Malaysia. Let me link you. That's how
right.
the thing works.
Nice.
It's going to be the
Referral is
same.
always the most effective.
So there's no yellow list directory, yellow phone book directory of
Yeah.
pages sort of thing. And I think it's a habit of patience and relationship building. But yeah, just thank you for that.
True. I think
scenario
Dephy
building.
call out a good point also is in terms of languages, right? Sometimes you want to expand, right? But if it's a country that doesn't speak our own language, then it's going to be a difficulty too. So I just want to say that Dephy also sits in the global council, right, of DWEN. And if let's say there's any need for you all to reach out, and Dephy or even myself, right, because I'm as a DWEN leader from Dell perspective too, then we'll be able to reach out to the chapter lead of a specific locations or special interest group to help reach, and also maybe sometimes if we got to get them to help translate a little bit of stuff, right? Everybody are very friendly in this community.
There is a question from Anna. Anna, thank you. He said, hi, I'm not going to position this into Dephy or Ewen, both of you can reply. Can share how Malaysian company expand their businesses using DWEN platform. Thank you.
Dephy.
Oh, me. Okay.
The boss says Dephy.
Okay, there's very little information at the back of that question. I don't know if it's products. I don't know if it is services. Yeah, because products and services behave very differently. And also, I don't know which region you're expanding into, whether it's whether it's the same continent or we're going somewhere else. So I think again the same spiel that I gave her. I'm sorry, I missed your name, Carol's friend. I missed your name. No, the one sitting beside you, Carol.
Celia.
Celia. Okay. So it would be the same thing I said to Celia, right? Which is that you wanna know people, and you want to take your time building the network and building some relationships. Okay, your second point is it's product related. I can tell you where mentally your gap is: shipping. You're seeing, okay, I can send this product to Saudi Arabia, for example, and you're probably thinking, great, but the patch in between that's missing is shipping and logistics. I think, if you speak with Carol, I'm sure she's got some people who can help you. Here's what you need to do. You need to open your mouth and ask, and be specific what you're asking, so people don't have to guess, and then there'll be more. It's easy for them to understand your question. One liner, yes, no, I know somebody, I don't know somebody. So that clarity of question is very, very key, and it helps people just say, yes, I can help you, no, I cannot. Very straightforward, rather than So I hope that is useful. So yeah, coming back to another point that I think Ewen made, which was really interesting. Yes, I sit on the DWEN Advisory Council. There's only about 12 to 13 of us for the whole world. Why have I agreed to take it? By the way, I'm not paid by Dell. I'm independent.
Yes, I can vouch for that.
Yeah, thank you, Ewen. So here's what people probably want to know. Why that piece would also be interesting for me at a global level. DWEN today is about 80,000 members worldwide, and what that means is that I've organized projects with over 1,500 people in technology. So for me, social behaviors across a wide spectrum of continents and multiple cultures and a loosey-goosey kind of organization, I think that for me is another level of growth for me, just so you guys want to know. And of course, a part of that is really getting things to function. So if you need an event in DWEN, Celia, and you need to reach a particular country somewhere on the map, and you need Ewen or myself, or for me to connect with the chapter lead to kind of get a special group together, special kind of matching meeting, we'd be happy to help you out with that.
Cool.
Okay, and that's the same for Anna as well, if you want to pick up the conversation beyond this.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay,
So
guys?
the attendees can reach out to me, and then after that we can brainstorming together with Dephy and Ewen as well, and let's do something. Yeah.
Perfect.
Ewen, I want to ask you, is there any big online event happening this year under DWEN or under Dell or anything like that you want to share?
Yeah, I think if you go to the DWEN website, the first thing that pops out is the TED Talk, right? Yeah, so these are some of the TED Talk like Dephy mentioned also. It's an exclusive partnership with them, and it has very specific topics that is relevant to business owners or entrepreneurs and also female leaders as well. So these are once you register as a member, you get to be the exclusive audience, right, into a lot of these talks as well, and it be part of the conversations too. So go in, check it out. All right, we can send out the list of it out there, but it's quite a lot. So you get to see a lot of activity feeds. Dephy and ourselves is that we also try to post a lot of this, not just within the DWEN network. We'll put it on LinkedIn, on social medias and all as well, so that everybody will be able to get to see that too.
So among all the people here, 20 plus of you, who has already registered for DWEN? And you've done yours?
I done on your link.
The DWEN.com, right?
No.
Not yet. So she will do it later. I force her later.
Excellent. I just saw Sharon did. All right. Congratulations, Sharon.
Shireen. Shireen is from our baby organic food. Doing now. Sulin is our coffee expert. So there's a lot of network here of the ladies here that I can see their names and all this. It's all familiar faces of our network. Joining now, May also. May is a new face to me. So this is why it's important that again, this is not limited to only women. Is any men here attending? Please also join, because it will benefit you, upskill yourself as well. Taranjit also register, very good.
Great.
So and of course, Ewen already mentioned this. It's free, FREE, free. Okay.
Yes. And don't forget to join the Malaysia chapter so that we can reach out to you on all the local activities
Malaysia
too.
chapter. I think Dephy is my ex-colleague decades ago. Walao.
I know, she just gave out how old I am, innit? Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I
time bound, Dephy, time bound.
Yeah.
Gosh,
she
that
just
was
gave
good.
away the age. Decades, I mean like decades. So yeah, but yeah, Celine, be happy to say hi.
True.
I'll
But
be
thank you,
happy to
Ewen.
say
Thank
hi.
you, Dephy, for introducing us to this platform. Truly grateful to know that there is such platform for the business owners to come and get to know, network, making relationships. That is very important. So right now, see, Lynette also joined already. Very good. All right. So she's signing up. So let her sign up first.
I just want to share with them of the Mummy community that I have.
Go, Mummy community, go.
Yeah. Just now I'm very inspired by both of you, and I always, being a mother, I started the brand like 13 years ago. So I think about 3 years ago, Mama B started. When 3 years ago, I started doing Mums Meet. So I actually have a pool of mummies that comes from all walks of life. So we organized before the pandemic, like in a year, we actually have 3 or 4 times that we just bring the mummy together.
Online?
And no, physical.
Oh wow.
So that's how I know Nurul.
All 3 years ago.
So we have all these events as a CSR. So in the community, that's how we network. And normally how businesses grow from there is they will network among themselves. So especially in this pandemic time, I've seen them started selling, and then I have also our own chat group that sometimes they come in and then they help one another. So this is always in my brand philosophy that I wanted to reach out to more women. So this is how we enable.
can I add on a little bit to that, Celia, and give you an idea how to use and capitalize on the DWEN.com community in Malaysia? Because I think when you look at a website, you go like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? So I'm just giving everybody ideas right now how you're going to use it to be valuable to you. So you run a Mummy Biz community. What you probably want to do is kind of, be a part of the kind of structure that we're putting together loosey goosey, and hedge all your events into that as well, and make that part of a DWEN event, so their community becomes a wider one for you. So I mean, we don't just host the communities that I think of. No, we host as many communities as possible. Yep. So just to open that door again for you, and we can connect through Carol, or however we want to do that, and then we can take that. If you have a monetizing model behind that, you can take that and then make it your poster child as you go overseas. So it really depends on your business strategy.
It is in my business plan, because Carol know where I come from.
Yeah.
We can help. I can help ladies or women or entrepreneurs to start their own brand. This is where I give back. I always telling her nobody will pay me for consultancy, but it's okay. So we just help.
No, just all the success stories, that everybody loves to hear. Yeah.
So I mean, think about how you want DWEN to help you, and if you think that we have a role, myself, Anna, Ewen, Anna, and Adelina and Susie, who's also on this call, I think, my other chapter leads, whom I've asked them to step up to help with growing the community. If you think there's a way we can help, reach out and let's get that done.
Yeah. By the way, Celia, I just want to add on to that, right? Although DWEN is an external network, right? Dell Malaysia, we have more than 3,000 employees, right? In KL, Penang, and all those as well. So some of the work that you have, right, like products or services and all those are useful for our employees as well, that we would like to highlight, so that you can extend your reach, right? Not just to the network outside, but to corporate companies like us too. Yeah. So anytime, reach out to us. Yeah.
Sure. So all the attendees here, you all have my number or not? My number very important.
Yes.
My number more important, so that you all can get to do this. Yeah. I know Shireen has, Lynette has. You all can ping me in Ding Talk. Yeah, because nobody asked question. You can come up to the stage as well to ask question. If no, then we'll wrap this up. Carol, I just joined. Good lah. Malaysia chapter. Join the Malaysia chapter. Okay. This is like calling people like AstraZeneca sign up,
Don't mention that.
Okay. If any of you ladies got some ideas, you want Dell and DWEN also to support, do come forward to me and come reach out to me. I'm always open to ideas and chit chat with all the ladies. The ladies are cool bunch of people, the network that we have. Some of them are in some association as well. Okay. Let me wrap up and let me say thank you everybody. Thank you to Ewen, thank you to Dephy for your time. This is our Pocket Talk series number 2, which is the link to the Malaysian chapter link. Xuling, you go to, after you register for DWEN.com, you move to your left hand button, there's a chapter or something like that. Explore, and then you go, I think last page, there will be a Malaysia chapter. Okay, Su-chan, yes, I know you're busy cooking your cakes and your tiramisu and your patisserie. You can join later. There, Ewen very kind enough to put in the Malaysia chapter link already. So click there so that you can go there. Now this session is recorded. I will stop recording and then I will do some editing and put all the links for the Malaysia chapter and edit it into a YouTube and then share on my YouTube channel. So let's go and have a very good weekend. We just got to know that our numbers reached already above 8,000 again today. Very good. Go and buy your 4D number if you need to. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, ladies, for your support. Thank you to the community who joined in this session today. YouTube, then you cannot be without mask. Don't worry. YouTube is only me. Don't worry. Okay. We are 2 people only in this huge office. Don't worry. She got sanitizer.
I spray
She sprayed the whole what you call that, the sanitizer on me. Carol, wait 5 minutes before you come in now. I say okay. And she's a woman of sanitizers. can we reach out to you? Ken, let me press my number. 010, what's my number? 766-4140. Okay, May, take note of that number. My number can be WhatsApp. Don't try to call me. Forever busy like this. So just WhatsApp. More than happy to reach out what you want to do and all this. And after that, I can run the ideas together with the Dell ladies and also to Dephy. Okay, we are all in the same group chat. Okay, so follow my YouTube channel. Just find me in Carol Fung in YouTube, and then after that, give me a few days, the weekend, to edit this video and add all the links. Yeah. See you in the next Go-eCommerce Pocket Talk series. I would like to bring the ladies back again. So, ladies, your final words before we go.
Okay, I'll go first, right? First thing first is that, Carol, thank you so much for the partnership, right? It's always been a pleasure, especially for Dell and MDAC, in a lot of activities that we do together. And this is one of the most fun, right? Zoom meetings. I've been doing Zoom meetings the whole week through, right? This is the most fun one that I had, right? So thank you for hosting it for us. And thanks for everybody who joined us, right? And also join DWEN as a member. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Dephy?
Yeah, I just want to say that was a really fun meeting. Thanks for the questions. And I hope you guys come on at 8 p.m. tonight, 8 to 11. Come in, come out, between your dinner, between your kids sleeping, whatever. See you guys there. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Happy Friday. Bye.
Happy Friday.